Morning guys, welcome back to the channel. So, just picked up the head gasket for the M3 BMW. See the head's in the back, all laid out. Yeah, the shims are all in order there. I'm just going to whip this back to Ashley at Braunton Engineering and fingers crossed everything goes all right with it. Well, I'm just about to bore a Cosworth block, guys, and I've got something fairly interesting to show you on that block. Before we go any further, today's video is sponsored by Surfshark. Surfshark provides you with a VPN, a virtual private network. A VPN supplies you with a secure network connection that protects you and your data while online. After a hard day dealing with customers and building engines, there's nothing more than I like than going to watch a movie at home. I absolutely love watching the classic movies. I'll sometimes watch them 3 or 4 times. One of my favourite is Shawshank Redemption. But there's nothing worse than having a movie in your head that you want to watch when you get home, getting home, putting it into your search engine like Netflix, and the movie not being available in the UK. So I go on Netflix, I type in the search bar the movie I want to watch, and you see it's not available in the UK. But with a simple change of my IP address, so you click on the icon in the top right hand corner, go down, select France, refresh the page, and there it is. Amazing. And to reverse that, all I do is click on the tab, go to the UK, refresh the page again, and we're back to square one. That is pretty amazing. So Surfshark are offering Barham Engine subscribers 83% off and 3 months free. All you've got to do to take advantage of this deal is use the link in the description below and enter the promo code Barham. We'd just like to take this opportunity to thank Surfshark for sponsoring Barham Engines. Right, I've been a bit of a busy bee this morning. I've just put the 10 long studs in the other Cosworth block for Paul. So that engine, Carlos is cleaning thoroughly, giving it a lick of paint, and then we can do a dummy build to get the piston heights right. But this block here is the one that came in on Friday. So this is the one from the chap from America, the one that we've got 3 weeks to build. And I just wanted to show you, before I set it up to bore it, I'm going to bore it, face it, and put some 10 long studs in it. But I just wanted to show you the face of this block. Now bear in mind, this was on a running engine. I can't imagine that Ford done this, but these are big old thick grooves in the top of that block. Basically it looks like someone's faced it, then just wound the grinder or the cutting tip back over it, rapided it over it, and it's just left big gouges. So that's probably the worst block face I've ever seen on a Cosworth. You can see where it's black on the gasket line as well, where it's been blowing thoroughly. It's blowing everywhere. But yeah, the finish of that block is horrendous. So definitely needs a reface. I'm just going to set it up, bore it, and then we can sort that out. Dear God. Right, so I've just bored the second bore on this block, the one with the horrible face, and this thing measures standard. I half expected it to measure +5 oversize. Then I would know that it's been apart, had the block face been rebored, but no, the bore's at standard. So unless someone has completely stripped this, left the bore standard and just faced the block, then I'm just wondering whether it's a sort of Ford doing. Surely not. They surely couldn't have faced it like that, but then, I don't know, strange really. Right guys, something happened the weekend that you lot are probably not going to be too happy about, being a sort of fan of our channel. It's in a way goes against everything our business stands for. I think already you can sort of guess what that may be. Now the story is, I was speaking to my fiance's brother at the weekend, and he's owns a a solar business, fits commercial solar panels, and he has just purchased a Tesla for the company. And so I got chatting to him, and basically we've been looking for a new car recently, and also personally, and also a new van for the company, and just looking into options really. And obviously with the price of fuel and diesel and what have you, we run a fairly big diesel because of all our kids. We are maybe looking to downsize slightly, but even something with a smaller engine that's fairly big is going to be, with the price of diesel, you know, you're looking at £200 to £300 a month in diesel we spend, and that's just personally, and then you've got the van and what have you. But yeah, he's just purchased a Tesla, and he was educating me on the sort of benefits through a business and personally that and the incentives the government give you, etc., to buy one of these cars or lease one of these electric cars. So yeah, the reason for putting this in this video, guys, would be to get some feedback off you lot and see what you think really. I mean, obviously we're an engine building company, so it does really go against everything we sort of stand for. Although my fiance's brother was saying, you know, he's been running diesels up until now, because he does a lot of miles around the country, and I suppose with the infrastructure, etc., it wasn't really feasible for him to run electric cars. It was more of a pain in the arse, I think, more than anything. But now with the Teslas, etc., and they're doing, you know, the range is quite big, and with the incentives, I mean, I didn't realise it's things like the tariffs you can get for charging between 12 midnight and 4 o'clock in the morning. Apparently it's a real cheap tariff and works out something like a third to a quarter cheaper than paying for diesel. So I think he's saying he's getting sort of a couple of 100 to 230 mile range at average driving out of one of these things. I mean, for us that would be more than enough, you know, we'd just stick it on charge every night. But yeah, I haven't really looked into it. I've got to have a chat with our accountant and see what the deal is with leasing one, and again with the electric vans. But with things like benefit in kind being 1% this year for electric vehicles, maybe 2% next year, but you know, benefit in kind on a normal car is what, 30 odd percent, something like that. So that's one incentive. You've got the home charging incentive, where they will, I suppose if you purchase one, they will sort of give up to 75% for a home charging kit. Some lease deals are offering free installation and free home charging, so that's another thing. I mean, I have been sort of looking at it, there's plug-in car grants. When you look at the price for leasing, and I suppose if you use it you get your VAT back if you use it through the business and what have you, it's almost a no-brainer really. And if you get in the range and the infrastructure's there for charging and what have you, then I don't know, I'm going to seriously look into it. Like I say, it does go against what we're doing, but I suppose now our business is more the classic and the performance thing, and that's going to be around for God knows how long, you know. The classic market and the business based around the classic car industry, and also the motorsport industry is huge. You know, it's going to be many years, I think, that stuff's going to be around, and that's what we love doing anyway. So it's going to be sort of two separate entities, but I think for general just running around and for business use running around, it's got to be worth looking at, isn't it, guys? So yeah, I'm going to have a chat with my accountant, and I'm going to look more into this and see what the benefits are and what the savings are, if any, and I'm going to give you a little update on that. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on that, guys. Don't want to lose any subscribers over this, but yeah, got to be worth looking into, I suppose. So here's Paul's Cosworth stuff all laid out, ready to go. So we've got these bits and bobs here. We've got the crank bearings, competition bearings. We've got the main stud and nut kit. We've got the flywheel bolts, and we've got the ARP big end bolts to go with the K1 rods. So Carlos has pretty much cleaned this block now. And here it is. You see, I machined it this morning for the 10 long studs, all been bored. Let's give it a thorough clean. We're going to, I think we're going to do a dummy build on that, or we may be painting it first, and then do a dummy build and get those pistons finished. I'll just quickly show you over here. We've got the Jaguar head on there that we've faced, as you can see. Bit of a Heath Robinson setup. Trouble is with these, as you can see down the bottom, you've got no parallel faces to the top to put the parallels on, so you've got to sort of set it up with the DTI really and sort of shim underneath these blocks. But that was pretty bent, that. I think John ended up taking 10 thou off it, but that is all good to go. I think he's going to cut the seats. He sleeved the guides, as you can see. You've got the bronze sleeves in there. So once the seats are cut, that is all ready to go. Well, thank you massively for watching, guys. Remember, if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button, comment down below, especially what you think about today's subject, and catch you in another video. Cheers, guys.